The album seems to indicate a new direction for the band, sort of, but it's still you. What were you trying to accomplish with this record that you could tell, like, people who really like your stuff?
We were trying to, I think, rather than have a lot of acoustic stuff and then full-bore rockers, we tried to, like, meld them together a little bit more, so we wouldn't get stuck with people who wanted to hear one quiet one, and then a lot of people wanted to hear a loud one. It got a little tiresome.
And was there ever a point where you actually, there's sort of a story going around, you actually sat down and said, this time we're going in this direction, it's going to be all new, this is the new Replacements? Was there ever any conscious decision like that?
That was the story we started. It was basically
Yeah,
the
our
same
noses
old
grew a
stuff.
little too long with that one.
Really, Geppetto. Well, we're mature now.
So it wasn't like that at all, you're saying?
No, it was the same old stuff. I think with Slim in the band, it was a little different. First time he played with us on record, and he's sort of a professional, so it rubbed off a little bit.
Could you tell us more about him? Like, how did he come into your sights? And
About this tall.
Yeah, he used to play in local bands, and we opened for his band, our first gig, so we had known him for years, and we liked him. You know, we knew he was a good player, but more than that, personality-wise, he fit in. So.
what do you think he brings to the band, musically?
Drugs.
Who do you see your fans being now? Who do you see the people being that buy the records? Do you have any, like, vision of who they are, or does that matter to you at all?
I don't know now. It's probably half the people who bought the last one, at least. And
this whole influx of new people.
yeah, I would
Hopefully.
hope that younger kids get to hear this stuff, because we weren't really played on radio much last time, and unless you listen to college radio, there's not too many outlets for a band like us.
Yeah.
Have you come to like the business of making videos at all, or is it still just as tiresome?
That
as it
one
always
was fun to make, because we actually played. You know, we had a PA and we were playing live, and you know, we had a couple drinks, and he just filmed for an hour and a half, and then we stopped. It wasn't like we had to act or look at the camera or anything like that.
Do you think there's any longer something weird about having to do videos for music? I mean, does that still strike you as an odd enterprise?
Definitely.
I'm from the old school of don't visualize the lyric. I mean, my favorite songs, I have my own idea of what the song means to me, and if I have to look at the guitar player's butt and leather, you know, it takes away from the lyric.
But are you getting into this now? Are you going to start doing your own storyboards or
really.
something?
Yes. We can't
We
lie
can't
to you,
wait.
Kurt. We still don't really dig it. We don't like it.
But we're gonna make another one by Cracky.
And it's going to be played as much as this one, ain't it?
This one, I'm sure, is being slammed around the clock. Don't worry about it.
You got to watch out for the Pinocchio thing, too, buddy.
Yeah,
This whole staff here, this whole staff suffering from that. Woo!
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys, your record's doing fine.
Would it be misleading to say that, like, the Replacements have cleaned up their act and they're no longer the fun-loving
It
guys?
was never that
sure
dirty in
have.
the first place.
We've matured.
In what ways?
No, that's just the euphemism for getting older. You know, we've gotten older and we've gotten tired of some of the old stuff. But we're
not old.
Nothing has changed. I can't lie.
Is there anything going on out there? Are there any other bands happening that you think are pretty good? Do you hear anything on the radio that's as good as you used to hear when you were like a kid or anything? Or
I
is
like
just
the
radio the
Cocteau
problem?
Twins, but they don't play them on the radio either.
How come they don't play a tour?
They're gonna.
They're coming over.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Yeah, that's about the only band. I mean, there's probably somebody, but
See, there's the Georgia Satellites, there's REM, there's all these other bands, Bangles.
yeah, Pete Buck is one fine guitar player.
No, we're joking. We love all. And we can't get away with this. We don't lie.
So you think that this is a particularly dull era we're living in, or something wrong, or are we on the crest of a renaissance?
No, we're just boring.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I've been thinking it for years that it's the Paul Anka phase, but I guess that makes us Fabians. So.
It's the Edie Brickell phase.
Yeah, good old Edie.
Do you think there's been great stuff done in the '80s that people are going to look back on, like they look back on the early Kiss or something, and they'll say, boy, that
I
stuff
don't
was
think
classic,
there's-
and you don't realize it now.
Our records.
Ours, yeah.
Apart from your own
I don't
fine
think
stuff.
there's anything in the 80s that's going to make the history books in 50 years. I really don't. There's, I mean, maybe the coming of MTV might, and that might be like radio is now. It's like it was amazing that it ever happened. But God, music-wise, I can't see anyone from the 80s looked at like Elvis.
Yeah. So what do you guys look for in a producer? Let's talk tech.
Hairstyles and shoes are prominent on our list.
Does it really make any difference at all? I mean, can you just go in the studio and do it, and just somebody just has to be the engineer, pretty much? Or?
It makes a difference. We need a guy who doesn't annoy us and try to be one of us. We've gotten a lot of guys who try to be one of the replacements and, you know, have 2 drinks and fall down. And it's better the guy doesn't drink or smoke or try to be one of the boys. It's much more easy to take.
It also helps if you can rely on them to do the right job. We've had
Plug in the
2 of
headphones
them.
is all we need.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have to be preoccupied with worrying if the engineer is going to screw it up or not, that becomes quite a problem.
Have you been tempted yet to, like, make the big move to California or something? Or are you happy right where you are?
Well, no and no. We're not going to move to California. I mean, I don't mind it there for a day or 2, but no, we like to live at home because it's not, if we ever got to be famous, I think they'd leave us alone at home. And if we didn't, they wouldn't know anyway, so.
Well, you're famous now, right? Then you get stopped on the street, you come to New York, people see you.
We get yelled at.
Dude, we're taking a poll of people on sampling, and I wondered if you had any thoughts about it, like the fact that somebody could come and take your guitar or something and put it in their song and sell the record and make money off it, and you get nothing. Do you think that's like the way it should be, or is it a bad thing?
It ain't the way things should be, but it's like fighting the bootleggers. What can you do but do it?
I mean,
Sample everyone else, jump on the boat.
I mean, you think something should be done
Dive.
about it?
You know, I don't know where the line should be drawn. If anyone's foolish enough to sample anything of ours and use it, then that's their problem. But yeah, I think it's wrong. I mean, if you want to use it to sample a kick drum where the guy missed a beat or something, that's all right. But to, you know, basically steal someone else's music to your own advantage is wrong, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, it's done every day in New York and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Maybe not where you guys come from.
No, we're from the sticks.
Surely it's more sophisticated there, you know, these
Prince
days.
steals from us, so.
So what happens between now and the time you guys go on tour? Do you go back and practice extensively and just?
We got a lot of damn interviews to do.
I mean, after that, that's only today and tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we'll probably rehearse for a week or something. We gotta buy a couple guitars and learn how to turn the amps on again.
Yeah.
You keep up while you're off, don't you?
Got to get our
No.
new dance steps down.
Yeah, this tour is gonna be choreographed. We're gonna have a woman up there in a tutu.
So that's good.
Thank you.
We're done.